Phil Kelly helped read and finish off. We have declining enrollment in our private schools, in our parochial schools, in our charter schools as well. So there are so many indicators that we can point to, that Dr. Phil Kelly can point to, that his 7-year career here in Lincoln was extremely, extremely successful, and we've continued to grow and flourish, as Lincoln has always been one of the most successful and envious districts in the state. He's built a great team, a depth of administrators, both at the central office and the building level, teachers, professionals, support staff. This is a phenomenal school district, and his successor will have big shoes to fill, but there's no question that we're very fortunate to have a very attractive school system that Dr. Phil Kelly has left in a better place than he found it, although it was in an outstanding place when we got here as well. But the best thing that can be said of you, Dr. Phil Kelly, and I've always said, is did you leave the place better than how you found it? And I think in so many ways and with so many data points, you can say that factually. So from me as chair of the school committee, I wanted to say that publicly and to thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for those kind words. I say this all the time. You cannot be a soloist in this position, and I credit my entire team, all of the teachers and the staff that support kids every single day, and quite frankly, all of you, no matter who is sitting in that chair. Me and my team have always been allowed to run our district, right? And that's really important. And the other piece is we have really good relationships with the town, right? And that is unique. That doesn't happen everywhere. I think all of us can certainly know that in the various capacities that we work. And that kind of collaboration gets everybody rowing in the same direction, and that's how we really achieve success. And so thank you for all those kind words, but none of that stuff could have been done alone. We work as a team, and I have a deep bench. I'm going to miss the deep bench, but just new opportunities. So I thank you all very much, and thank you for your kind words and your friendship for many, many years.
I don't know if anybody else on the committee has anything else that they'd like to add. I think I summed up a lot of data points, but I don't want anybody to feel left out.
I will second what Joe's saying. We're going to miss it.
Okay, thank you. Next item, fittingly, superintendent's report. Dr. Phil.
All right, thank you so much. So tonight we have a citation for the Lincoln Public Schools District Spelling Bee winner. The Lincoln Public Schools District Spelling Bee took place on February 4th at Lincoln Middle School. 18 students in grades 4 through 8 participated in the bee. 4th grade student Anthony Najar won the bee in the 5th round. The winning word was centipede. Anthony, if I asked you to spell it now, could you do it? All right. Congratulations, Anthony. Outstanding job. We wish Anthony well as he competes in the state spelling bee, which will be held at the Ham Theater in Warwick on Saturday, March 15th. And presenting the citation tonight, the school committee chair, Mr. Gold.
Come on up, family, principal. First, you're going to come up, get in the photo.
Anthony, can you hear me?
Yes.
Anthony, I was there to watch you win that night. So congratulations, it was very impressive. I was sitting in the chairs, but you did a great job.
Anthony, you're hiding your face. Hey. Say centipede. Centipede.
Bonnie, feel free if you want to do like a.
Yeah, we're going to do all of it now.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Feel free, you are not obligated to stay for the rest, which is quite boring typically, so you are dismissed.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. Thank you so much.
Okay, Dr. Phil Kelly,
Thank you. So the second item on the superintendent's report is a discussion and vote to approve digital sign at Lincoln High School. So everyone will remember we've had some discussions about signage at Lincoln High School, and we kind of made this decision that we were going to go with a digital sign. And there were a few renderings that I sent the committee, and one of those renderings just has a digital sign as it is, and then the other one has this brick facade. Two different price points, obviously, right? So the about a $30,000 difference between the two. And then when we got a little bit more information from the company, we realized that the brick was not brick as we know it, that would be laid by a bricklayer. It was just a brick facade. And so Tony and I were having some conversations that, well, for that kind of money, could we possibly engage an actual mason that does brickwork? And wouldn't it be better if we are going to spend that kind of money to engage, and have two real brick columns with the sign in between? So I asked Greg to communicate with the company, and he told them just to hold off until we could have a discussion tonight, get a little bit of direction from the committee, and then once I get that direction, I'll move in that direction with the sign. But to me, if we can get a price from a mason and find out how much it is, and if it's even close to what it would be just for a brick facade, I think the real brick with the sign in between is probably a lot nicer because it'll match the brickwork on the new construction. So that's pretty much it.
All right, so any feedback on the committee? I think obviously when we thought about this, we looked at the sign that's out there now and said it's not really befitting for the new facility that we have there. So we said, okay, let's go ahead and order a new sign, not realizing, okay, the staging for that sign and, for lack of a better term, the support and the topography of the area where the sign will go includes brick columns that we didn't consider the cost of that, but we do want it to look appropriate. We want it to be sturdy, we want it to be safe, we don't want it to be damaged. So, I don't know, Dr. Kerner, you have a lot of experience with a lot of facility things, so what's your thought?
Yeah, I mean, I think with the two options, that there's only one option, right? It's whether we do the brick, whether it's the actual brick or the facade. We spent $70 million in this high school to cut a corner for the thing that most people see. It's a non-starter as far as I'm concerned. I would be fine improving either not to exceed the $30,000 difference and let Tony do what's possible. I mean, obviously, if we can get real brick, that would be great, but the other one looks exponentially better. That, as far as I'm concerned, I would even consider the one without it.
Are we allowed to accept in-kind donation for the brick or labor or anything like that? I mean,
John says yes.
like, someone that lives in Lincoln, how proud would they be building our sign?
Oh, I see what you mean. To see if there's any kind of in-town people that might want to bid on it or something like that. Sure.
So we don't have a price yet at this point in terms of what it might be. You're gonna bring that back to us?
Yeah, so I have the price for the sign with the brick facade, and I think that was right around $71,000. Without it, I think it's about 41 or 2. So there's a pretty strong difference in between those two. So for that price differential, $16,000 of that price was labor. So to me, it just seems like if we're going to spend that much labor, let's see if we can get real brick and
Right.
get it on that one.
Can we see something on the April agenda?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, anything else with the superintendent's report? Okay, next item is old business. There is none. Next item is new business, which is, I'll entertain a motion for the first reading of the artificial intelligence policy as submitted. Is there a motion to approve this first reading?
Second.
Discussion.
So just for the information, a little background, on both the first readings, A and B, both of these came to us. The first one for artificial intelligence came as a request of the superintendent, and it came from our school attorney's office. We were advised when we had the discussion in the policies subcommittee level that this is probably a policy we're going to be revising frequently, but we needed something to start with. So you won't find a lot of model policies around this in other places, so we're happy to have one before you tonight.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, entertain a motion for the first reading of our cybersecurity policy as submitted. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Discussion.
Again, the superintendent brought us this one, and I think Lindsay would agree. We both looked at each other and said, well, this is well beyond our level of understanding. So again, we relied on our school attorney, Scungio, to assist us with this, and this is for you for first reading.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, service agreement, indemnification agreement. So I don't know if anybody wants to add any background to this for public edification, but anybody want to add a disclaimer, a brief explanation? What are we voting on? People look at indemnification agreement and they think that we have an issue, so.
Yeah, we can just find the applicant.
All right, we can go back to that one. Let's go to D. Do we have a motion to approve the service agreement for school-based medical building relay hub LLC?
Yeah, that's the case, okay.
All right, so surely we have a motion on D in a second. I think, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, back to the receiving indemnification agreement.
So the transition students at high school are seeking to do some work at Dave's Market, and Dave's Market asked us for some indemnification in order to allow our students to go and the transition students to go and work there. So that is.
Okay. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion in a second, I'm sorry.
Okay,
So,
the motion came from Mr. Carreno, was seconded by Mrs. Rowe? No?
I'll give you one.
Yeah.
It was? Thank you.
Definitely was Mrs. Rowe. Okay, item E, do we have a motion to approve the school department services agreement amendment for Faith Parity, MED, OT, and assistive technology services?
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next item, school committee reports. Are there any school committee reports? Yes, Dr. Carino.
On March 17th, we had a transportation commission meeting at the state. We are looking to change the transportation regions in Rhode Island because we're spending millions and millions of dollars to do so. That committee will have some recommendations at the March 17th meeting on St. Patrick's Day next Monday for anyone who is interested. Room 135 at the State House will be discussing that. But we're hoping that some of these recommendations will be enacted by the General Assembly, which would reduce our costs significantly across the state, but also here in Lincoln, which would be great to have additional funding to do other things other than send kids elsewhere.
Yeah, that would be great. I know there's quite a movement across the state and a lot of unity with the School Committee Association, League of Cities and Towns, and Superintendent's Association on this issue. So hopefully we'll see some relief. So thank you for your, I've seen some emails going back and forth from you, Dr. Carino, to those organizations. So thank you as an advocate for our school committee and the state as well. Any other school committee reports? Are there any subcommittee reports? Okay, are there any members of the public who would like to address the committee? Yes, please come on up, state your name.
Hi, Bonnie Taylor.
Hang on, let's just make sure that microphone is on.
Yeah, okay.
Hi, Donna? Hi, Bonnie Taylor. I am just here to say, months back, we awarded the after-school contract to Kids Club as opposed to the YMCA. And I just felt the need to come in and say publicly what a great choice that was. My son was doing the after school with the Y since he started going to school, and it was okay. But the Kids Zone, like, they do extra things. They had like a Pokemon party on like a Friday. They had a dance. They just have way more activities. It's far more engaging. The staff is much more involved, and it's just it was a wonderful choice. So thank you for making that. Yeah. That's nice to hear. Thanks.
Thank you, Mrs. Taylor. Would anyone else like to address the committee? Okay, with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Just a reminder that our April monthly meeting is scheduled for the third Monday of the month after vacation. That's April vacation, so that's April 21st. Thank you, everyone.